Hey, fellow gun enthusiasts. Imagine this. You're locked in at the range. Fundamentals on point, stance rock solid. Sights crisp, trigger pull smooth as butter, but your groups are scattering like buckshot at just 15 yards. Low left drifts every damn time. And that gut-wrenching miss when everything felt right? Yeah, we've all been there. What if I told you it's not you, it's your brain's sneaky betrayal? Stick with me. I'm dropping the ultimate fix that special ops swear by to crush flinching forever and dial in military-grade accuracy. You won't believe how one simple drill changes everything. Hit that like if you're tired of flyers and subscribe to Survival Gear Showcase for zero fluff breakdowns on the gear that actually saves your ass in the field. Let's get into it. The problem. Biological betrayal and flinching. What if I told you 87% of us shooters are screwing ourselves over before the trigger even breaks? It's not your aim or your grip. It's this invisible saboteur called flinching, hardwired right into your nervous system. Let's get real about the science here. The U.S. Army Marksmanship Unit dug into this and found that 92% of untrained folks show what's called anticipatory muscle tension. In that split second, about 0.3 seconds before the bang, your brain remembers past recoil and fires off signals to brace. Bam, tiny contractions hit your forearm, wrist, and shoulder, shoving the muzzle off target before the bullet even clears the barrel. And get this, it all happens under the radar. You think you're rock steady, but slap a high-speed camera on it and you'll see the gun dipping 2 to 4 degrees in that last millisecond. Now, why is that a big deal? At the muzzle, a couple degrees might seem minor, but stretch it out to 25 yards and you're talking 8 inches off, enough to turn a center mass hit into a total whiff on a man-sized target. Ever feel that gut punch when a shot felt perfect but landed way off? That's your body betraying you, folks. And here's the kicker. The more you shoot without fixing it, the deeper it digs in. Your subconscious is just trying to shield you from that recoil snap. But every range trip without addressing it, you're training to be a worse shooter, not better. It's like your brain's building a fortress against kick, but that wall's blocking your accuracy. Think about it. Have you ever noticed your groups tightening up on dry fire but falling apart live? That's the flinch talking. I've seen guys with tricked out Glocks or Sig Sauers blame the ammo or the sights, but nah, it's this biological sneak attack. In real-world terms, imagine drawing on a threat in low light. That flinch could mean the difference between stopping the bad guy and missing entirely. Or on the competition line, where a low left flyer tanks your score. It's frustrating as hell, right? But don't sweat it yet, we're about to crack this nut. The solution. Ball and dummy drill. There's this sweet spot where your brain's defenses drop, when it braces for recoil that never shows. Enter the ball and dummy drill, the Special Forces secret for nuking flinches. It's simple genius. Mix live rounds with dummies. Snap caps, folks. And when you hit a dummy expecting that boom but getting zilch, your flinch goes full reveal. Muzzle nosedives, shoulders bunch up, body jerks like you missed a step on stairs. No hiding it. Why does it work so damn well? It's all about that surprise feedback. Your subconscious fires the brace anyway, but with no recoil to blame, you see the raw truth. The FBI Academy ran this on 340 agents, cut failure rates by 67%, and shrank groups by 3.2 inches at 25 yards. That's huge for quals or real ops. No wind, no excuses, just your body's betrayal on display. Think of it as reprogramming your neural wiring. That moment of wait, no bang creates a gap to overwrite the bad habit. And it's free. Works on any pistol from your EDC subcompact to a duty full size. In practice, load up mags with random mixes, squeeze off shots, and when a dummy clicks, bam, flinch exposed. For self-defense nuts, this translates to rock-solid follow-ups under stress. Ever simulate a home invasion drill and yank low? This fixes that. Expanding on apps, pair it with dry fire apps or laser trainers for home practice. But live fire's where the magic happens. I've compared it to 22 conversions versus full power loads. Starting easy builds confidence, but you gotta graduate to your carry ammo. Question, ever caught yourself blinking on the pull? That's another flinch sign this drill sniffs out. Pros like competition shooters swear by it for consistency across stages. Common mistakes and corrections. So, you've got the basics of the ball and dummy down mix, live and snap caps, pull the trigger, expose the flinch. Easy, right? Well, not so fast. I've watched countless shooters, from weekend warriors to seasoned carry folks, turn this goldmine drill into a dud by falling into 3 big traps. These aren't little slip-ups. They're habit reinforcers that keep your flinch alive and kicking. Let's break them down one by one, with fixes that'll have you shooting straighter than a laser bore sight. First up, the loading protocol Goof. You know, when you stack your mags yourself with some predictable rhythm like 2 bangs, 1 click, rinse and repeat. Feels efficient, but your brain's no dummy. It starts pattern spotting faster than you think. Johns Hopkins nailed this in a study. After just 3 or 4 reps, humans unconsciously lock onto sequences, even if you're trying to ignore it. So by mag 3, your subconscious is counting shots like a blackjack pro, bracing only when it smells a dummy coming. Result? You're not killing the flinch. You're teaching it to hide on live rounds. Sneaky, huh? It's like training a dog to sit, but only when it sees the treat useless in the real world. Fix it like this. Roping a buddy to load for you. Total chaos mode. No patterns, just random dummies sprinkled in. And don't stop there. Mix up the round counts too. Throw in a partial mag here, a full one there, so you can't count down to empty. Pro tip from the range rats. Grab mags of, quote, different sizes. Slap a 10-rounder next to a 15, maybe an 8 for good measure. Now your brain can't cheat by feeling the weight difference. It's all about that true uncertainty. Every pull feels like a gamble, forcing your nerves to chill out across the board. Moving on to trap number 2, the recovery speed rush. Hit a dummy, see the dip, then bam rack that slide and blast on like nothing happened. Congrats! You've just turned flinch busting into tap rack bang practice. Not the goal, folks. Stanford's neuro folks explain why. Changing habits needs a solid 3 to 5 second window to soak in the mistake. Rush through, and your brain skips the lesson. No rewiring happens. Here's the better way. When that click hits, freeze like a statue. Gun stays put. Eyes open, no blinking hold for a full 5 seconds, minimum. Use that pause to scan your body. Shoulders shrugging, wrists buckling, breath hitching, maybe even a sneaky eye squint. It's like a post-shot autopsy, imprinting the what went wrong so your subconscious gets the memo. Competition legend Rob Leatham swears by stretching it to 10 seconds, making students verbalize it out loud, muzzle dip 2 inches, support hand loosened. Boom. 40-50% tighter groups in one go. Talking it out? That's the secret sauce, turns a glitch into a teachable moment your ego can't dodge. Now, the third killer. Distance deception. Sticking to 7 to 10 yards for all your ball and dummy? You're getting a participation trophy, not real gains. Up close, even a jerked shot lands on paper, so flinches look minor. But the Israeli Defense Forces tested this 1.5-inch wander at 7 yards, balloons to 8 to 11 at 25. Distance amplifies errors like a bad echo. Solution? Go progressive. Nail 0 movement on 20 straight dummies at 10 yards, then bump to 15, then 25. At distance, it's a truth serum. Tiny twitches scream loud. Your groups don't lie. And the payoff? Crush it at 25, drop back to 7, and your clusters shrink 60-70%. It's like upgrading your scope. Everything clarifies. Apply this to real life. For hunters with carry pistols, 25-yard precision means ethical shots on game. Or in competitions, where stages mix distances, this builds adaptability. I've tested with red dots versus irons. Optics make flinches pop more at range. Humor alert. Ever feel like your gun's trolling you up? Close? Distance calls the bluff. These fixes aren't fluff, they're battle-tested. Dodge the traps, and this drill transforms you. But wait, there's more layers to peel. Advanced considerations. First off, the caliber confusion trap. You might think flinching's a one-size-fits-all fix, but nope, your brain's got a custom profile for each kick level. Dig this. A University of Texas study on anticipatory responses showed flinch intensity ramps right up with perceived recoil. We're talking 3 to 4 times the jerk on a stout 45 ACP compared to a whisper quiet 22 LR, even if you don't feel edgier. Train out the flinch on your soft shooting 9mm plinker, then grab your 45 carry beast. Bam! The subconscious recalibrates and brings the flinch back like an unwanted X. It's not transferable because your nerves treat each caliber like a different beast. Light loads get a pass, heavy hitters trigger full defense mode. So, what's the play? Go caliber specific, folks. Run the drill with the exact setup you'll bet your life on, your EDC gun, your competition rig loaded with the ammo you trust. If it's a Glock 19 stuffed with 124 grain hollow points for defense, that's your drill fodder, not some watered-down target stuff. For the bold, some comp shooters train a step hotter, flinch busting on 40 if they compete in 9mm. Drop back, and that 9 feels like airsoft. Your brain thinks, this is nothing, and stays chill. Apply this to gear combos. Suppressed pistols. Muffle the bang, but not always the anticipation tested. Or revolvers versus semis. Wheel guns' heavier triggers can mask or amp flinches differently. Ever wondered why your backup 380 feels flinch-free but your primary 357 Magnum yank shots? Caliber profiles, my friend. Rhetorical time. How tailored is your training to your real-world loadout? Make it match, and you'll own the range. Next up, the witness factor. But even with spot-on calibers, you're shortchanging yourself without the witness factor. Going solo on ball and dummy? You're slashing effectiveness by about 60%. Why? Your brain's a master gaslighter, convinces you everything's steady while reality says otherwise. A Marine Corps marksmanship study proved it. Coach shooters fix errors 4.2 times quicker than lone wolves, same drill time. Get this. You might swear your muzzle held firm on a dummy, but a sharp-eyed partner spots the 2-inch drop, your support hand slackening, or even jaw clench. Self-diagnosis misses the micro stuff, shoulder hikes, breath holds, pupil flares, signaling the incoming flinch. It's like trying to spot your own bad golf swing. You need that outside view. Pros watch for it all, turning your session into a precision audit. In practice, grab a range buddy or instructor who's been there, maybe a vet or certified trainer. They call out the flubs in real time. No sugarcoating. I've buddied up for this. One session, my pal caught me blinking pre-pull. Something I'd never noticed. Fixed it and groups tighten like magic. For wrapping these advanced bits, layer them on and your shooting evolves. Caliber match plus observer, you're building unbreakable habits. Now, let's tie it all up. Conclusion. Pulling it all together, folks. This ball and dummy drill isn't some gimmick. It's your free pass to ditching the flinch that's been holding you back. Nail the random loads, freeze and verbalize on dummies, progress those distances, match your calibers, and bring in a witness. Do it right, and watch groups have in 3 sessions flat. We're talking military-grade accuracy from your everyday pistol, no fancy upgrades needed. It works on everything your compact carry 9mm. That beefy, a .45 bedside gun, even vintage wheel guns if that's your jam. I've seen it transform shooters. One buddy went from spraying steel at 15 yards to pinging it dead center at 25, all because he faced the biological betrayal head-on. In self-defense terms, this means hits when it counts, no low left misses in the dark. For competitors, it's the edge that shaves seconds and boosts scores. Hunters? Precise follow-ups on game. It's universal, battle-proven by Army, FBI, Marines, and more. But here's the real talk. Skip the ego, embrace the reveals. Your first session might humble you, muzzle dipping like it's shy, body twitching unexpectedly. That's the point. Own it, fix it. I've been there, chuckling at my own shoulder shrug special while tightening up. Humor helps, but results seal it. So what's stopping you? Grab some snap caps, a pal, and hit the range. Drop in the comments what your first ball and dummy uncovered, load dips, eye blinks, the works. Share your caliber stories too. Did switching loads bring back the beast? If this fired you up, smash that like button and subscribe to Survival Gear Showcase for more deep dives on guns, ammo, and self-defense gear that actually works.